Tano.
People sitting and looking outside the hall are requested to please come inside the hall.
Tea is being served. Here in the hall. People will come.
कंप्यूटर पर आपने खाजा साहब ने वो करीब को लेकर जाओ सर उपयोग के कैसे हम कंप्यूटर
Session of this program, and now I request Dr. David Tate to please speak.
Once again, it's my pleasure to address you and to assure you that what has been learned here and what's been shared here will return with me in the United States. And thank you once again for the ideas, the concepts, the passion. I felt a lot of great passion, which is not common among jurists in my experience. We're a very boring lot. And it's been wonderful to see the engagement that you have with the issues of your country. And I wish you the very best. And if I can help in any way, please let me know. And again, thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Alvarez. It's been a pleasure to meet the dignitaries and others that are here. Thank you very much.
Now I request Dr. Mark Porter, Judge Supreme Court, London and Wales, to please speak.
Well, from an English point of view, I'd very much like to echo what Dr. Peck said. I visited this great city of Delhi about 22 years ago when I was a rich barrister, like a lot of you, and I was about to go to the pension. I realized it would be the last really expensive holiday which I could afford. But it was a particular pleasure to me because I brought with me my parents-in-law. My wife was born actually in Jaipur, not in Delhi. She was the daughter of an Indian Army officer, and that was my father-in-law. I brought him back, and we visited the headquarters of the Rajasthan Rifles in the Delhi Canton, where he met and spoke with General Salute Karan, who had been in his youth a brother officer in the Rajasthan Rifles, rose, I believe, to command the Indian forces in the, or was it? Yes, I think the Indian forces in the Indo-Pakistani War in the 1960s. And I had with me my 8-year-old son. He was taken to a gunnery instructor and allowed to shoot an FLN rifle, having admired it on a sentry. And it was a very moving experience to see my in-laws reminding themselves of their days in India, which they loved and they very much regretted leaving in 1947. So when I was invited at fairly short notice to come here on behalf of the Lord Chief Justice, who very much regretted he was unable to come himself, it was a particular pleasure to me, and a bitter regret to my wife that she was unable to come as well because she was awaiting a hip operation. But it was very interesting to see how Delhi has advanced, not only in population, but in structures and atmosphere. And I don't think, you may believe it or not, but I don't think the traffic is any worse. Indeed, my impression is it's rather better than it was in those days. But leaving personal recollections aside, like Dr. Peck, it is fascinating to see the interest and passion. And I suspect, though sometimes in the language I'm unable to understand, the humour with which you discuss and tackle these problems, which affect India, that great nation, but with so many people, as a result of whom their problems seem so much more acute in many ways than in our own country, where we face similar difficulties, similar tensions at this time between terrorism and human rights, similar problems between the legislature and the judiciary. But I know, and I would like to repeat what the judge asked me to make clear, that he admires, and we all admire in England, the very tough and creative decisions which your Supreme Court regularly turns out and produces from your Constitution, which is settled in pretty general terms, human rights to assist citizens, not least in respect of environmental protection and other matters, which probably weren't in the mind of the drawers of the Constitution at the time they drew them, but are extremely relevant problems today. So it's been a matter of enormous pleasure to me to come. I'm very grateful to Dr. Bhawan for having included me and given me the opportunity to meet so many of you. I was warned that I would need business cards when I came. I had no idea how many it would be, and I'm afraid to say I've run out to the irritation of some of you outside the court. But there we are. I've enjoyed the visit enormously, and I congratulate all of you on a really marvellous conference.
Thank you, Mr. Mark Porter. Now I request Dr. Adish Agarwal to please conclude this session, this valedictory session. Dr. Adish Agarwal.
Distinguished foreign guests and my brothers and sisters present here. I have no words to express my sense of gratitude to my foreign delegates as well as Indian delegates. I know how much difficult it is to attend this two-day conference at this moment when in India all persons I think must be having some marriages in their family. Even for me it was very difficult. My sister's son marriage was there day before yesterday, and I have to perform certain ceremonies there, and I have to look after the affairs of this conference also. So sparing 2 days, coming from different parts of India, because in foreign, in developed countries, there is not so much halla in the marriages being performed, very calm and peaceful, but here in India, so many relatives, they have to come so early and so much preparations and these things are there. So I am really thankful to all of you for being with us, for making this conference a grand success. And as I already mentioned yesterday, that we are going to have our next conference on 21st and 22nd May 2011 in London. Justice Lord Phillips, the Chief Justice of Supreme Court of United Kingdom, has already accepted our invitation to deliver the valedictory address on 22nd of May, and we have already requested the Lord Chancellor to inaugurate this. And 26th and 27th May, we are having in continuation the conference in Washington, D.C. In Washington, D.C., the Secretary of State is likely to inaugurate, and the Chief Justice of Federal Supreme Court will be chairing the inaugural session. So many judges from different parts of the world, they have accepted our request and they will be attending both these conferences. I invite all of you to be part and parcel, and I am inviting our new, old but new guest, Sir Lord Porter, to also join and assist us, guide us in holding this conference. From US, that he should not only join in DC but in London also. We have discussed many topics: the international terrorism, human rights, the relationship between judiciary, executive and legislature, telecommunication law, this local self-government, and I found that everyone, every speaker has contributed a lot. They have worked very hard in presenting the paper. Every paper will be published in our e-magazine, which will be put on our website, because today, when the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Dr. Manmohan Singh, inaugurated our website, which we launched for the ordinary person, this www.indeli.org, in 2006, we taken a vow that we will not print on paper the reports, but we should print on the website. So that, because once we publish on paper, we are spending too much money, and it will be useful only to those who are getting that copy. But if we put on our website and if we circulate, we have data of 300,000 lawyers, judges, law schools, law teachers of the world. By pressing one button, we are circulating to 300,000 people. And nowadays, nobody wants to keep these bulky reports in developing countries, in courts. Everything, even the file, is maintained on computer. So, we will be putting on our website, and we will circulating by making it e-magazine, e-journal of this conference, so that not only few who have attended. About 2,000 people have attended this conference, but I want millions and millions to read your views. So once we prepare, we do research. That research should be useful not only to few, but everyone who is interested in the development of the people. So I request all the speakers, they should send their paper in Word file along with their live sketch in 200 words, along with their photo on the email itself, so that our volunteers will prepare it, will make it PDF, and they will prepare this journal of the conference, and it will be distributed by pressing of one button to millions of people. So this will be useful for everyone, because when intelligent people like you work, do research, it should be useful for others also. The basic purpose of holding these conferences is to see that some people should do research, and that that knowledge should be spread, should be given to others. So that should be here to the shortage of time, because I have to curtail, because we have to complete 19